welcome back, Mario Maker fanatics. We do have mitchflowerpower against NOBLETOFU for this Endless Mode League Expert Division B. We've got NOBLETOFU at 6 points and mitchflowerpower at 5 points. We're getting started. I'm here with GlitchCat7. How are you doing, Glitch?
Hi, I'm doing great. This is going to be a good match. Mitch versus Tofu.
Oh yeah,
both fun players.
Wonderful players, and I mean, they're both speedrunners of many different Mario games, both hacks and Mario Maker alike. So we're going to see a lot going on.
I was just noticing Mitch just flying through that first part of the level. He's playing quickly, and that really might play to his advantage because sometimes you end up playing very cautiously in levels that you could have just ran through. And so right out of the gate, I love this super fast style from Mitch. Getting under that Bowser, too. Very, very tricky.
Getting Bowser sniped. Tofu finding a really weird looking level, man. That level is just, I don't know what to think about that.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was some kind of weird multiplayer level with the 4 tracks. I think that's what it is. I think he's got one of those 4-track multiplayers. It just has a weird start to it.
I think you're right. That's exactly what it is. That's why he was confused at first, because it doesn't look like one until you start looking at it closer. So,
yeah. This might actually be a good level for Tofu just to chill on. You know, even if it's going to take him a little bit of time. There's not a lot of threat here. It's really more just like a race level, and so he's got a little bit of time. Never mind, there is a threat. The springs. Hang on. Sorry, I cursed you, Tofu.
I didn't know you could get squished between springs.
Yeah, occasionally they act like a solid surface. If they push you up against the wall, or where we saw Tofu get 2 springs like squished between them, it will kill you, and it can also kill certain sprites and enemies too. Mitch getting a clear, up by 1 right now.
Yeah, Mitch found that perfect level that you want to see. A quick, easy, 5-10 second level, just easy to get through.
Yeah, and enemy spam is really, it could either be your best friend or your worst nightmare in something like this.
Almost getting debated by that
Nice.
50 coin.
Good save. Good save from Tofu. He used the little air stall right when he needed to get himself a little bit more hang time and get away from that. But I don't think he has many other options right now. Tofu kind of trying to figure out what to do. Solid skip. He might have spent minutes trying to get through that.
Yeah, and mitchflowerpower on this level that's looking pretty dangerous. I mean, it's looking like this is this might be a skippable level if he dies one more time on it. Yeah, I don't know. Anytime I see a snake block, I'm not happy.
Yeah, it can be. You kind of have to guess whether or not, is this going to be for the majority of the level? Am I going to be riding this all the way, or is it kind of just only part of it? And also, I just really wanted to point out that Tofu's on a level called Oof, and that is hilarious. The level gets some extra cool points for being called Oof.
And he finds like the first level, Oof. Though. Yeah, I mean, when you start seeing levels that have names like Oof and Troll in it, you're like, I don't know if I want to do this or not.
Yeah. It might be, I haven't seen a lot of players sort of commit to these obvious pick-a-pipe type of troll levels, but I kind of see what Tofu's going for with that, because maybe it's just actually really easy. You know, even though they dumped you in a pipe one time, maybe that's it. Maybe that's the whole of the levels. So not a bad idea given that one more shot before skipping. Mitch with another clear, though, just making it through that weird, kind of messy castle level.
Yeah, he was lucky he had a damage boost there. Otherwise, that would have been almost an immediate death coming out of that pipe.
Yeah, you definitely want to pick those up. Tofu needing one there.
Yeah, Tofu getting unlucky with that quick out the pipe with the whatchamacallits. I don't know what their names are off the top of my head. I'm blanking here.
Angry Joe. You got killed by one of those Angry Joes.
All right, deciding to take the, I call them chance blocks, because you have to take a chance every time you jump in.
Right, for real. Yeah, it's always, you're always wondering sometimes, because you're playing levels that were just made by regular people, so sometimes we've seen a lot of bonus rooms, or someone will take a big detour that they think is the intended way, but really it's just to give them a 50 coin or something. Looks like that was just kind of a detour for Tofu. He just got put down right by the checkpoint.
Yeah, and a lot of these expert levels are going to have like the boss fights and things like that. People experimenting with different stuff, and especially a lot of 3D world levels, because that's the new thing for Mario Maker 2. So.
And how?
And Tofu taking a small detour to find out. Got to take the top pipe.
If you're gonna do a pick-a-pipe section, you know that's a pretty fair way to do it.
Yeah,
it doesn't kill them, they can try again. You know, it's like not good, but it's all right.
Yeah, it's better than getting soft locked for sure.
Oh, Tofu! No, he had it. Man, he kind of flip-flopped a little bit on those beat blocks right at the end. They switch on and off in a cycle, and he kind of tried to. He made a bad jump, compensated, and then couldn't dive for it in time. That was sad.
You know, I think I found myself doing the same thing. I wear glasses as well. If I have a couple of rough moments, I just take a moment, rub my eyes, move my glasses, and I'm like, all right, let's focus and go for it. Because he saw the end of the level. You don't want to get rid of this. You don't want to end.
Let's focus. That's a great glasses joke. That's gold.
That was actually unintentional.
Wonderful. It makes it even better.
That's funny. Thank you for pointing that out. All right, and I think we've got a clear condition over there. You have to be Super Mario, and he's got to outrun this snake. So no damage for him. He can do a damage boost if there's another one, another power-up, but no telling, especially with these levels.
Yeah, it's really, really dangerous sometimes to commit to a clear condition level like this where you don't have a chance to recover it. Or, you know, in something like kill all the Goombas, also win for Tofu, but in something like, you know, kill all the Goombas or collect so many coins, you might be able to recover or ride a Yoshi. But with something like don't leave the ground or don't lose your power, you get a couple of, you know, you get 30 or 40 seconds into the level and you mess up, you can't recover that sometimes. It's really risky to go for that. Nice clear from Mitch.
Yeah, so that puts him up 2-1, I believe. Or no, 3, excuse me.
It is 3-1 right now in favor of Mitch.
Yeah,
I got my score pad.
You got your score pad. I need to make one of those. That'll definitely help. I usually just rely on chat. We have tech and chat doing all the hard work for us, man. Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah.
This is pretty fortunate for Mitch, actually. This is a free level, and if he can, you know, he just make this one weird jump, yeah, no problem. He'll commit to this. Also, he gets the 3 lives, so he can try for free 3 times and still not even lose any lives.
Yeah, he's gonna have a net 1. Well, I say net 1. Never mind. I cursed him again.
Sometimes these levels can be either like really good or really tough that you wind up just feeling like it's so easy and then wasting a lot of lives like that. But Mitch getting it in there, getting Mario in there.
Coming out even though, that's actually better than nothing. You don't want to lose lives on something like that, especially in a race format. Coming out even is way better than anything else. So
it's really cool. Check out Tofu right now, moving through this level with all the thwomps. He was doing a really, really good job landing on the very edge of the platform, and the thwomp can kind of come down and crush you, but it actually can't touch you. There's like a small dead zone on the corner, and that was actually a really good clear for Tofu. Some really tight, precise positioning.
Yeah, with Mario Maker 2, they didn't really change the hitboxes of the saws or the thwomps. They kind of kept those the same, but the munchers are just so much bigger, and spikes too.
Yeah, I was going to say, the spikes. Ugh.
Yeah, those are just rough. And in 3D World, too, they seem so much different. They seem just strange. But Mitch finding himself in a interesting position where you got to wait for these tornadoes and not let them throw you into the icicles. Very well done using that to get around and not get hit by that spiny.
Yeah, it might have even been intended to spin jump off that spiny, but Mitch just says, nah, I don't think so. Mitch is a really efficient player. He really just has a really great grasp on the move set and knows exactly what'll work for what situation. I always like to see the way he sort of articulates his movement.
I agree. And both of these runners are fantastic at sudden reactions. If they're put in a position that they have to recover, you see some of the best recoveries from both of these runners.
And Tofu using a cool strat on this Bowser Jr. right now. By keeping him in a corner like that and spin jumping, he can just continually bop him on the head and make that kill really easy. That trick was also available in Mario Maker 1. Good clear, Tofu. Mitch with 4, Tofu with 3 right now.
And we're at 5 minutes, so 10 minutes down, 5 to go. And Tofu is hot on the heels of Mitch Flowerpower. So really, it's anybody's game at this point. If Tofu finds a quick 10-second level like Mitch has found, there you go. Don't kill the innocent enemies. Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, as it gets down below 8 to 5 minutes, kind of try to start skipping a little bit more liberally to find those shorter levels faster. Oh,
it's a key level. I was wondering how they were going to prevent you from doing that. So yeah, they put keys in the enemies, and they probably have a door key check at the end.
That's pretty clever, actually. So yeah, Tofu, yeah, get it. Yeah, can't kill any enemies.
Now it may be cheesable though, to be honest, because if you think about it, sometimes there is a setup where they haven't really put it in the right spot, and they made it to where you can cheese it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what Tofu is hoping right now, because he's playing with a key and he probably gets this gimmick. Mitch, meanwhile, what a mess this is. Might be good, might be bad. It all depends. Nice job, Mitch. 5 to 3 now. Yup, Tofu's got the door set up.
That is an interesting way to set that up, actually. That is actually pretty cheese-proof. Having that block come in, already activated and blowing up to make it to where you have to climb that vine in that fashion, so you can't even short hop. That's a very good setup. I like that setup.
Tofu still, though, committing to this level, trying it again. Oh, no, he killed the mole with the on-off switch. That would be a skip. Yeah, that was maybe worth one more try. I've noticed Tofu he plays with a lot of, like, if he plays something once, he like tends to feel more confident about it, and he's given second and third tries to levels where it was pretty obvious he knew what he was doing. He just had to put it together. I like that he plays with that self-confidence. He's sure of himself. He's like, if I could just get it, if I could just put it together, he could clutch out a lot more wins.
Yeah, weighing the amount of time you spent to see the end compared to how long it's going to take you, again, it's worth knowing that the end is there and how hard it's going to be for you to get there. That actually means a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, so many blind Super Mario level races always sort of come down to a question of knowledge and time. What do you know about the level, and how long is it going to take to get more information?
Shoutouts to Mitch getting through that one tile gap. That is not an easy jump.
He wasn't even on one tile, man.
Shoutouts to the GDQ team. They won the match at GDQ, didn't they?
They sure did, but not by much.
All right.
No, it was good.
Actually, I think wasn't Tofu on one tile, man? He
was indeed.
And yeah, and you were on the other team, weren't you?
I was indeed.
My bad. I didn't mean to rub any salt in that one.
It's funny. No, it's funny. Tofu getting bodied by that on-off switch over there. No, just joking, Tofu. Mitch dealing with what looks like a speedrun level right now. Yeah, he's got 20 seconds on the clock, and pretty self-explanatory, but any one bonk here might really wreck him. You're always kind of hoping in a level like this that like the timer is lenient. You know, maybe there's 2 or 3 seconds of leniency, and that's enough for you to bonk once, because in a blind read, it can be tough to do everything properly on the first pass. Mitch almost there, though. He sees the goal.
Oh, he's going to need that last.
Oh, yeah. I was to say, I hope he yeah.
Oh! Wow, yeah. Taking that first hit, he needed it. I will say, though, it doesn't look like that's a tight timer. A lot of times in Expert, it seems like the timers are a little bit more lenient. Usually anywhere between that 5 second and under range. Sometimes it is tight, but you do have a little bit of leeway.
Yeah, even as a speedrun level designer, it can be tough to make something that is perfectly tight like that. Sometimes just, it's hard to like force that extra half a second worth of obstacle.
Yeah, especially because you have to move by 10 seconds apiece.
Yeah, Tofu giving up on that puzzle level. He gave it a fair shot, though. I haven't seen a lot of racers try puzzle levels, but it's always kind of been the wild card to me in this, because you could potentially solve them really, really fast.
Yeah, nice about job. 2 to 3 seconds on that one, so not exactly as tight as it could have been. So But Mitch definitely locking in that first win. He's going to get the first point on the board here because 7-3 is a pretty commanding lead.
Yeah, solid job. Mitch got a lot of quick levels, and he didn't get hung up on them for any long period of time. Tofu committed to some things that he probably could have beaten, but given the time limit, he unfortunately had to move on.
Yeah, and so this particular match is a recording, but the commentary is live. We do not know what's happening. We're going to be enjoying it alongside of you, giving you live commentary, but these two gentlemen did actually record this previously because the streamers oftentimes have other commitments on Sundays, so they'll do a previous recording in order to be able to show this on Sundays because that fits in the twitch.tv speedrun schedule. So,
Negative humanoid, I am a pre-recorded robot.
I stand corrected. Glitch Cat is glitching into the system and making sure we have robotic commentary. So we're going to be starting up round 2 here shortly. So yeah, and a little bit of an update on what the next few matches are. We got IPK versus Foxen, Ryuko versus Bismuth, and Xwater versus Slade. Right now, we've got mitchflowerpower versus NOBLETOFU. Two very experienced runners. Both of them have sped run Grand Prix World 2, as well as Invictus and a bunch of other ROM hacks that are out there for Super Mario World. And both of them very active Super Mario Maker 2 runners as well. So Mitch over there talking to somebody. I don't know. Anybody want to read lips over there?
I think they might be talking to each other.
That might be the case. Yeah, I've never been privy to the goings on of the recorded matches, but yeah. So we are off on the second one. Slippery Highlands and Si no tienes un helicupa. Don't quote me on that. 13 seconds. That's exactly what you want to see. One swift shot taking care of all of those Koopas.
I really like the Fire Clown car, but I don't like how it just has this incredibly powerful bounce. Mitch getting bounced into the pit there. Anytime it touches anything, a spike wall, another clown car, man, you name it, and it will just go flying, and you can't control it for a little bit. And that is really hard to deal with because everybody that makes these kinds of levels just seems to put a million of them in, like a big bumper car level. So Mitch is going to want to just stay up right here. He doesn't want to get pushed down because he could get bounced off the screen. It might even be to his benefit. I was just about to say to jump in and out of different clown cars so he's not just continually getting bumped around in one.
Now, I do have a question about Mario Maker 2 compared to Mario Maker 1. Is it new to Mario Maker 2 that the fire cars, if you have a fire flower, shoots 3? Or has that always been a thing?
I believe that has always been a thing. Don't quote me on that because it's been a hot minute since I played Maker 1, but I believe that has always been a thing. Being more powered up in a clown car will give you more firepower.
I couldn't remember either because it's again with Mario Maker 2 hype being out, it's one of those things where I can't remember everything that was there. So okay, so
yeah, I believe it's only the red Yoshis that are different.
Yeah, which I love. Good lord, this spam.
Yeah. Mitch having a tough time with that. In theory, I see why he's committing to this because it's a pretty easy level to get through, and it's might be better than taking your chances somewhere else, but he just doesn't want to get bounced. So he's either he tried to stay at the top, and that kind of didn't work, and now he's just trying to carefully sneak along the bottom. But anytime one of those clown cars gets disturbed, they sort of bounce each other all over the place, and you die in a big chain reaction. Tofu. Ugh.
Man, like you take that chance and you fly, and I didn't want to curse him. I purposely stayed silent. You find the one hole and you just get too far. That's rough, man.
It's always a game of making those decisions. Do I stay? Do I try to jump it? Half the time it's tough to even tell where you're going with all the blind drops that people like to put in, and it's so difficult to make the right decision every time. Mitch finally skipping on that clown car level. That's a tough break because I felt like he definitely wanted that one and knew it was kind of easy pickings.
I agree. I mean, that's one of those... Wow, finding a Kaizo block right in the... Well, I guess you want to call them helper blocks or whatever we want to call them now.
Oh, they're Kaizo blocks. A Kaizo block by any other name will still kill you.
Yeah, exactly. But finding that unfortunate Kaizo block there, it just... causing the boot to basically go off the edge and not be prepared for that. That's rough. And losing all the power-ups on the way into the first pipe, that's rough. mitchflowerpower finding himself a troll level, it looks like.
Tofu finally with the salty skip. That was unfortunate. We've seen a lot of like really good tries from both players, but nobody managing to clutch out a clear right now.
Mitch laughing. Yeah. There you go. You've got 5 seconds. Can you get up that wall? There you go.
Nice job, Mitch. Yeah, that was a good one for him to kind of spend some time on, just for how short it was.
Oh, no.
Look at Mario. Oh man, he got stuck in the like downward cat motion. That was actually pretty comical. I appreciated that.
The artistic masterpiece that is Mario Maker 2.
All right, first 4 minutes down. Mitch ahead by 1. Mid is still anybody's game. Finding a couple of good levels. Tofu could definitely come through. This is a rough level because you got to make it through and basically watch your jumps. That's a tough thing to get through right there on ice as well.
Yeah, Tofu needs to kind of start looking at his lives a little bit. He doesn't want a game over. They both have 7 right now, but he's either going to maybe want to grab some coins or try to grab some 1-ups or start skipping a little more. Doesn't want to get that game over. That would not be good for him right now. Yeah, solid skip. I would have skipped as well.
Yeah, Mitch finding himself in a nighttime level, which is slowing down the speed of the bullet bills, which is very interesting. Really messes with your timing as a runner who's just familiar with the other physics. Tofu straight missing the on-off block.
Tofu's a little upset about that, I think.
I probably would be too.
Yeah, who wouldn't be, really? This looks like a pretty tough. Looks like a pretty simple kind of on-off switch speed run going on for Tofu. See if he actually wants to commit to this or not. Mitch, unfortunately, not getting the power up. Both these players feeling rough right now, trying to get a level that's convenient.
They are not having any. Both of these runners are getting some of the worst level RNG like I've seen. These are some really bad levels.
Tofu with 3 lives to go. He could really even just pick up some coins. Even if he's going to skip it, either kill some enemies or pick up some coins. Oh, no, you only get lives at the end of the level. So the lives you bank, you have to actually complete the level to get them. But if he can find a nice kind of smooth level like this, pick up some extra coins or something along the way and try to build those lives back up. The game over here would be rough.
Yeah, and Tofu's fine. This is the 3rd auto scroll level he's found. This is the 3rd one of actual auto scrolling. That's just rough. Auto scrollers are so bad. Mitch getting a 2nd clear. That's 2 on the board for Mitch, 0 on there for Tofu. Tofu's got to find something and get something moving here shortly. With 8.5 minutes to go.
Yeah. Down to 2 lives too. This is not an enviable spot to be in, but he's getting close to the end of this one. So, there's okay, that's gonna help him out too. Yeah, he wants to pick up those lives.
It looked like this level also had a pretty blind
that was
spike.
That just hurts. Tofu taking a death on that spike.
He's just deciding to reset. He went ahead and take the -1. Wow. And Mitch with another clear, putting it at 3-0. Well, I guess that would be technically a -1, but I don't know how that's really calculated.
3-0 right now for Mitch. That was a sad spike for Tofu. I really feel for him because he's trying on these levels. He's committing. He says, level, I understand you might be tough, but I'm gonna try to win, and the levels are just not being kind in return.
This level is just a repetitive one, and you just got to hit the on-off blocks. Man, Tofu,
he had it. He was going slow, and he kind of got hasty with that. It's tough in this position because you don't necessarily know where your opponent is, and you're trying to go a little bit faster. Excellent cheese. Okay, that was impressive. Tofu just realizing that he could just jump right up to the door instead of going around like that. Mitch with another clear, though.
So, interesting question for you here, Glitch. In Tofu's position, where you've had this rough go of it, how much do you think being tilted is making a play with him? How much do you think that's affecting him right now?
Oh, you know, it's we all would like to say that there's no also GG Tofu on that clear. But we'd all like to say that yeah, you know, we all get over it, but it's rough. It's rough for everybody. I've been in his spot. I think we all have at one point or another, and yeah, you know, you just start thinking, oh, I could have had that, or you are feeling kind of low, and then you get really close to the end, and then oh no, a spike and you're dead, and you thought, oh, that was going to be the thing to pick me up, and then it just kind of has the opposite effect. It's one of those things that I think everybody has to deal with it, and you know, everybody kind of rises to the occasion differently. Tofu's definitely not down and out though yet. Mitch having a tough time on this this weird kind of Koopa, I don't even know what to call it, like a puzzle level, and Tofu getting another clear. So if he could, maybe with a little change of strats, with about 6 minutes to go, if Tofu could just start skipping all the time and trying to get some shorter levels, he may be able to build his count back up a little bit.
Yeah, he's kind of at the will at some RNG right now. But some quick danger in the forest after grabbing at least 60 coins. So that could be bad. That could be, I don't know. It sounds like a skippable. Yeah, 50 seconds.
50 seconds, yeah. That's not bad. If he thinks he could do it, and also maybe it could be that the world record isn't even that optimized. You know, it's a very slow 50 seconds. So yeah, Tofu just kind of looking. If I were him right now, I'd just be trying to get some solid stuff that I know I can clear, and therefore I'm also building my lives up. Oh no, sorry, he reset to avoid the lives thing, but still want to build those lives up. It's kind of fortunate for Tofu right now as well that Mitch is, unbeknownst to Tofu, but hung up on whatever the heck this level is, and even though he's kind of having some success with it and getting through it, it's really costing him a lot of time.
Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, and like, it's at this point when you're at that 5-minute mark and you're having to make the decision on whether or not you want to skip. If you've spent 15, 20 seconds, you have to wait about 5 to 10 seconds for the next level to come up. There's loading time, and you're wasting more time the longer you spend. That looked like a minute 27 on that. I would not have gone forward.
I didn't notice it. Tofu going for it though. Fast auto scroller though. This is so rough because there's just no margin for error. So I mean, these levels, in a lot of other levels, maybe you could take a hit, keep your power, or go the wrong way and recover or something. But with an auto scroll like this, Tofu has one chance to nail all these obstacles. So it is a very scary commitment that he is on right now. But he's got the Shelmet, so that should be helping him out. But if he takes even one hit of damage, all this time is wasted because he's going right in the lava.
I'll give this level creator one thing. He gave you the they gave you the protection.
Yeah, I actually think this level's pretty cool. That's yeah. Oh, look cool. He's going into the next. Oh, and there's a Bowser. This is an awesome level actually. It's kind of rough for him to be in, Tofu to be in. He got that checkpoint though, so that death wasn't as costly. That checkpoint really helped him out. Mitch, meanwhile, just fighting this boom boom. He should have no trouble with this.
Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be laughing at that unfortunate thing that happened to Tofu.
Oh yeah, the Sumo brothers keep stunning him.
Well, he's kicking the shell by mistake too.
We're laughing with you, Tofu.
Oh man, it's. Yeah, this is a recorded match. This one is pre-recorded, so there will not be interviews afterwards. We don't know the results as commentary. We are watching it fresh live with you. So it looks like Tofu has found the cheese to this level. Stand on the right, and you can't be hit. Unless Bowser throws a awful fire at you, which doesn't look like it's too possible. Does he have to kill him is the question.
He may.
Can he pop him off?
Oh, yeah. He got him.
That's what I was about to say. Can he just pop him off the track?
Yeah, yeah, he totally needed to do that. Oh, no. Did he get? He got in the pipe. Okay, I was really concerned about that. Mitch with another clear up to 5 right now.
So that's going to be
getting in there.
5-2. So
5 to 3 right now for Tofu.
Does Tofu not take a -1 for quitting out of that? Is that?
Oh, yeah. My bad.
Okay, so yeah, it is 5-2. Yeah, because I thought he quit prior to losing that last life. That's still a game over by any other means.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a no-go. With 2 minutes left, you can't take that time. You got to hope for a couple of 20-second levels and get in there. Torture Tower does not sound like one of them.
Nope. 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 1 minute 56. Tofu's gone. He needs some of those levels. He needs that level like Mitch got, with just one silly jump.
Yeah, the RNG just has not been kind to Tofu, and it really hasn't been that great for Mitch either. It's just been slightly better. That's basically it.
That perfectly synchronized skip, though.
Yeah, I can see it on Tofu's face. He's just like, man, this is rough, and I agree. It's rough what he's seeing. Mitch, okay, sure. We'll just slide on down.
Oh, Tofu. Ah. Man, Mitch getting an easy slide and Tofu getting Kaizo boxed into that pit. Come on, level designer. Give us a break here. It is funny and original.
Totally expected every time.
You know, it's really funny too, because you wouldn't actually expect a Kaizo block in like a nice innocent level like that, but it seems like people that have started making kind of just regular style troll levels have picked up on that and are using them a lot now in Mario Maker 2. I didn't see that as much in 1. Tofu only 1 behind right now. If he gets give him a 1 jump level, just that's all
Still
he needs. 15
two behind.
seconds. He needs 1 jump and 1 shot at. Rough break. Tofu coming back towards the end, though. But it looks like Mitch is going to take this one for sure.
Oh, no.
Trying to get over that double stack Bowser, but yeah, that's another Mitch win. So that's going to be 2-0 Mitch Flowerpower. But NOBLETOFU still has a chance to put a point on the board. Mitch does get the chance to get a 4th point, but he will be walking away with at least 3. So all 3 matches are played because this is a points system, not quite best of 3 wins and moves on. You still have to get points. So
yeah, Tofu's not one to give up when things get gnarly. So I don't expect it'll shake him too much for this next match.
it's almost like Tofu's like, you know what, we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to get that first one out of the way because we know that's going to be garbage. Let's go to the next one. He's just manipulating that RNG a little bit. All right, we're going to see if Tofu can pull out a point today, because that would actually be good for him to be able to walk away with 7, tying him with I Ate Your Pie. Mitch is going to be walking out of here with at least 8, maybe 9, and we will see what goes on from there. And Tofu's got himself in an interesting level. Whoa, Bowser popping up out of nowhere.
This might not be a bad one for Tofu to stick with. It doesn't seem too hard. It seems like one of these kind of kind of weird gimmicky levels, but jumping into that little 3 bucket with the shells was rough.
Yeah, he had to go for it though, because that icicle was coming back. If he didn't go, he was going to probably run into an issue. Is he going to go for a super jump here and see if
yeah, it looks like he's going for a super jump.
Those are so hard. 3 frame perfect inputs. That's just rough.
Yeah, and they already have consistency levels where you do like 8 of them.
Oh, Lord, 8 of those is just nuts.
Oh, Mitch finding some cheese in his level. He had to stay inside that little mechanism, but he just used the bullets to jump out and go over the top. And now he is beating the auto scroller, which is really, really good. I hope that pays off for him.
He needs 300 coins though.
Maybe they're all at the end. He hasn't gotten any yet. This might be one of those levels where it just feeds you into the end and they're all waiting for you.
Or you might have to capture them all with the Super Mario Land one. Oh, wait.
Yep. There they are.
And then a bunch shower you at the end. That's clever.
That's always what you want in multiplayer, too. Just ignore everything, run to the end, and hope that they just give it to you for free.
Yeah, because you're going to be more likely to get the... Oh! Mitch getting chomped. Not Mitch, excuse me, Tofu.
Tofu trying to bring that shell with him, and that's not a bad idea. He's staying committed to this level, and I hope it pays off for him. It's pretty, it's like easy to do, but it's tricky. It's quick to die in. Mitch, meanwhile, looks like he's dealing with some kind of speedrun thing. But yeah, Tofu bringing that shell from the previous room. It acts like a little shield for him. That's a pretty good idea. If possible, you always kind of want to try to bring a weapon, bring a box, a crate, a spring, anything you can take with you. Just take it. Tofu not figuring out how to get through that. Looks kind of confused.
Yeah, that's aggravating, man. Just dropping down, trying to move a little bit faster. You know, time getting better of him. That's rough. That's rough. Trying to balance speed versus patience.
Ugh. Sad skip for Tofu. He committed to a lot of that. Still no clears for either runner though.
No, Mitch does have one.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, Mitch managed to grab one just a moment ago.
Still no clears for either runner who isn't Mitch. That's what I meant to say.
Spike hitboxes. That's all I have to say.
Tofu's looks like he's got a little bit of a puzzle level. Not a bad idea trying to give it a shot though. I'm curious. I really feel like some racer in this whole tournament, some racer could start cleaning up if they can quickly figure out some of those one-screen puzzle levels.
Could it be Glitchcat that does it?
No. You found my secret weakness.
Not this racer. Wrong racer today there. Sorry, Tim. That's not the way that works. And the very original boss fight on Mitch's side. And Tofu seeing the end of that level, that would give him a tie. So it's not looking like this level is too difficult if he can get ahead. Yeah, finding the one tile gap. He's in there. Just got to get there. Boom.
Nice,
we are
Tofu.
tied 1-1. Did he get any lives for that?
I don't believe so. Mitch with that getting 3 though from his clear, 2-1.
Yeah, so Tofu's down to 7 lives. That's dangerously low. But we are at the 10-minute mark, 5 minutes down. Mitch ahead by 1. It's 2-1. And Tofu finding himself a wicked looking level. I'm not sure. What is that? Did I say 20 seconds? Oh, there's the flag right there. Okay. Now where is this? Oh, that's right there.
Tofu sees exactly where to go. This should be pretty free for him. Easy win. Nice job.
And 3 1-ups out of it too.
That one probably feels good for Tofu. Easy win. He capitalized on the progress he made. You always want a couple of those. If you're feeling a little rough about having some bad RNG, it always feels nice to just score a solid win like that.
Yeah, so we are tied up 2-2, and Mitch found himself on a spinning precision level. Nothing too difficult. The hardest part's probably the spikes there. And there's a lot of blind falls. I can tell you I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, that's something, Mitch chooses to commit to this, but that's something that he's really going to have to do is memorize where those falls are. He died on one before, and anytime there's a blind sort of drop, he needs to memorize that position on the first pass if he dies there, if he wants to make a profit off this level. This section doesn't seem so bad, though, going through these piranha plants. He could, if he was really sneaky, just get on the blocks below them, but that would probably be death. Good win. Solid win for Mitch.
Yeah, very well done pulling that out. That was just good precision, a couple of blind falls, but remembering where he died that last time, missing that spike, pulled it out. He's ahead now by 1, 3-2 for mitchflowerpower. And Tofu's actually finding a good set of levels, though. He's not wasting as many lives. Oh, that's 2 minutes.
That's still I don't know about that skip. I would have investigated that level a little bit more, but maybe Tofu had other ideas. He had the clown ball, and maybe it was possible to cheese or fly over something, but that 2-minute world record is kind of intimidating.
And Ghost House. Ghost House having the record it does, having the reputation it does, like everybody makes ghost houses and they just always seem to be trolling.
Tofu needs to get a triple jump here, and using that air stall for a little bit of distance. This is the new soup is the only style that has that.
Mitch finding himself in a really rough position here. Oh man, he still takes damage though. Unfortunately, it is a do not take damage level. He's gonna go forward, see what he can find out, how much is left in this level.
Oh, that's the end, so not too far away. Mitch actually looks like he's gonna try for that again. You always gotta hope that maybe there's a star or something. Just find the dev star, and that's all it takes.
There you go. Tofu is in that door. Now he just needs to.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's a vine. I was like, is that gonna be the P-switch? How are you gonna hit the P-switch?
He needs to hit the switch and then get back up there.
Yeah, vine jumps seem so weird in Mario Maker 2. I gotta admit that. And it does look like there's a retry function too. Maybe.
I love how careful Mitch is being right now. Just look at him, like master strategist hanging out up there, just eyeballing the fire pattern, seeing which way it's gonna play out and trying to make a move. Didn't work out that time, but great effort. I really like the incredibly careful effort from Mitch here.
And Tofu going to just skip out on the red coins, can't blame him. A lot of times in these expert levels, red coins are not necessary. If they're throughout the level, they're usually for some sort of bonus room, and that's it.
We are hoping. Tofu is also hoping. It can be really rough to get all the way to the end, only to find out, hey, you actually did need those. It's always such a risk.
Oh wow, all those. It might be time to bail on this level, Mitch.
He's got a bunch of lives, so at least he's got that going for him.
And Tofu is still behind by 1. He just needs to get... Like, hello, Goomba in a block. Very original.
Classic Mario Maker.
Yeah, if he can manage to get past this part, this is the part that's the most dangerous. Everything else is very easy to get past.
Oh my gosh, he did it. Okay. Oh,
Bowser.
I was really interested to see how that would play out. He finally skips it. I think he wanted that just for its own sake too. That's a tough thing too in a race. Sometimes you just develop a vendetta, like I'm gonna beat this level.
Tofu ties it up. We are 3-3, so this could come down to a tiebreaker. 4.5 minutes. That's still a lot of time. That's a lot of quick levels you can finish in that time.
Yeah, Tofu's got to be watching out for his lives too. With only 7, he might want to think a little bit more carefully about what levels he commits to. Mitch dealing with rising lava here. That's going to be really tricky. It means that he doesn't have a lot of recovery time. And not having recovery time obviously going to make it harder to play the level blind.
That is an interesting choice by the level creator. Gave you the moving blocks, but gave you multiple blocks and has danger underneath you in the form of Magikoopas taking those blocks away, but some of them don't go away as fast as others because there's multiple stacked on top of each other. I wouldn't say that this level is great. That's just kind of unique.
Yeah, I think it's a good strategy for Tofu sticking with this level, even though it's an auto scroller. You're also he's been given a lot of power-ups. Like he just passed by a mushroom that he didn't even need. And so sometimes, even if it's like, okay, this is going to be a slow level, but at the very least, it's going to treat me fairly. And I'm just always going to be able to damage boost through it. And it's kind of the art of picking a sure thing with a lot of selection for these races. Mitch getting up to that pipe a lot faster now. I actually like Mitch's levels gimmick here where you have to go all the way to the left and then back into a room and have the lava not come up in front of that before you do.
So Mitch pulling ahead at 3 minutes to go, and you know, with Tofu with only 6 lives, if he finds a level that is short, sweet, but takes lives, that's going to be rough. Deciding to skip this one. Let's see if he can find something very quick coming up. And that's all depending on whether or not Mitch gets one that's super fast too.
Tofu's level looks suspiciously like it has a lot of machinery in it. Those are generally very slow. Yeah, Tofu having to do a little bit of bomb excavation right now. That is not really ideal, but he doesn't have a lot of options if he wants to stick on this level.
It's a very weird level design. I'm not... That's...
Yeah, it's so tough to tell sometimes if the level is like those little areas are hiding extra secrets, or if that's what you're intended to do.
What is up with this level he's in? That's so weird.
Ooh, nice save from Tofu there. He saw those on-off blocks weren't on, so he landed on the side of the skewer. He reacted really quickly to that. Nice job.
Oh man, does he need that bomb to be active? Or is that snake going to go all the way? You
Who knows?
made it. Why so long? Could you imagine if we were sitting here waiting and that timer was at like 10 seconds and he's on a snake block? Oh man, so it is tied now. That's 4-4. At this point, it's looking like Mitch can finish this level and possibly lock it in if Tofu doesn't get a 20-second level that he one-shots. So we're going to see what happens here. All 110 coins.
Yeah, it is really on Mitch right now not to blow it right now. This could actually be really good for Tofu. This looks like a quick speedrun level.
Oh man, finding the one hole there just as Mitch beats Bowser Jr. Finds the Yoshi that he needs on Mitch's side.
Now this is really dangerous because if Mitch takes damage, this Yoshi is going right in the lava and that's it. He loses his clear condition. Nope. Wow, Mitch. Very, very clutch at the end there. Good run.
Oh no, auto scroller.
Yeah, Tofu's in trouble, yeah, with that auto scroller. Very, very close race. Mitch coming ahead just at the end.
Man, that was close to possibly go into the overtime round there. Getting a world record at the very end too. Mitch sweeps it from Tofu, pulls out with 4 points, gonna put him at 9. Until the Fox and IPK match, that does put Mitch at the top. But the winner of the Fox and IPK match is going to end up taking the lead. So both of those are at 2 wins apiece. This was a recording, so we're not going to be able to do any interviews. But Glitchcat, anything you want to say to lead us out?
No, that was just a great match, and looking forward to more.
Absolutely. So stick around, folks. We're going to have the Foxen and IPK match coming up, and y'all will be having some more amazing entertainment. I'm going to be dipping out here. You're going to have, I believe, Beast and another commentator on in just a moment. So I do appreciate everybody. Thank you very much. And thank you again to twitch.tv Speedrun.